guess the whole thing is coming in with the tradition that your schools had, with 2 runner-up teams and everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we feel, every year we come here, we do carry that tradition with us, and it can be something that spurs you on, but at the same time, there's a certain amount of pressure that's associated with it, and I think that this team has had a lot of pressure on them all season, and they've learned how to play under that pressure. We've now won 11 games in a row, and we had to win 7 games in a row to finish out our regular season to win the conference outright for the 10th year in a row. So, I mean, these guys, I don't even think they think about it anymore because they're just in the mindset of we're here to win games, and we feel like we're playing our best basketball right now.
So this is the 10th year winning the standings, and then 7th winning the tournament?
Yeah, that was our 7th in a row in the conference tournament.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'll ask you, what do you think turned things around second half? You guys kind of made your moves late in the first half, but then second half you had a 15-0 run there, I think.
Well, we've always been the second half team, and we just got our momentum together. We just told each other that we just need to keep picking each other up, and just everybody stepped up and did their own thing.
So is this a good start?
Yeah, it's a good start coming out here, playing good. It builds some confidence going into Friday.
Okay. Now I got to ask this question. I asked one of your fans, and he was polite enough to say I can't comment on that. You have 2 players that played 13 games. One Stokes, who was a star player last year. But is that injury ineligible?
They were both academically ineligible.
Okay, Carter and her both.
Carter and Stokes, yes.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to clear that up. So
yeah, we're upfront about it. So
there's another thing that you had to overcome, obviously.
Absolutely, and I mean they were 2 starters, 2 key players, our All-American post, and in a lot of ways we kind of had to start over at the semester. I mean, when you take 2 important players out of your lineup, it took us a while to find ourselves again, and we did have a tough stretch late in January as we were dealing with that and really just trying to find our way as a team, and that's what these guys have done over the last now 11 games is really, they finally found their identity without those 2 guys, and we've been able to build as the season goes, and now I think that's been something that's worked in our favor because we've just been gaining momentum here as we've found that identity.
You have 5 total losses, right?
We do.
So you had 3 when you lost them, so
Yep.
you only lost twice. So
Yep.
they reacted well.
They have, and those 2 losses were 2 key conference losses, and they weren't good. There some losses you're like, well, it was just a good game, and those losses were not good losses. We didn't have good games, and they were the type of losses where it was a gut check for our team, like who are we going to be? And I can't say enough about Alex and her leadership and how well she has played down the stretch. She has been tough as nails, and I always feel like if you can come into a tournament like this with a senior that's playing like that, it's nothing but positives for your team. And then the second part is that we're an extremely balanced team. So while certainly Alex has been a huge part of us doing well, there's not that pressure where she feels like if she doesn't score, we're not going to win. We have good balance in scoring where they can't just key in on Alex. They have to guard all 5 on the floor.
That's kind of been the way for most of the teams that win this thing,
Absolutely. It's nice when you have that depth.
Yeah. Okay, thank you
I
very much.
know it's fairly fresh, but can you, what were your impressions of Dakota Wesleyan? Obviously, you're playing on Friday, and it sounds like the 2 teams are fairly similar in some ways.
They're going to be an interesting matchup for us. They play what looks like to me basically 3 post players at almost all times, so it makes one interesting matchup for us. And so we're going to spend the next day and a half watching more film and getting quite a bit more familiar with them. I mean, we've been watching them in preparation for possibly playing them, but we're going to have some decisions to make as far as how we want to match up there. On the flip side, I think it'll create some tough mismatches on their side too.
It seems like a pretty good second round matchup considering the pedigree you guys have, and obviously they feel pretty confident.
Definitely. I mean, anytime you're playing a GPAC school, and they've been battle tested the whole season playing in that conference, and this for them is kind of in their neck of the woods. They've got a good fan base here, but our girls, we met our goal today and win in today's game, but I know our team didn't come here just to win one game, so I know we're going to come out tough and be ready to go.
You mentioned the GPAC. They're pretty proud of having 6 teams here. How much of just knowing that conference and seeing them before kind of allows you to know what to expect, I guess, in the teams that they bring here?
I mean, that they're coming here and that they have the confidence coming in here that they're going to play well, and like I said, they've been battle tested. But at the same time, I've been here enough times to not be too phased by that. You can't, you know, you have that respect for them for being a GPAC school, but you can't let that be like, oh, the GPAC, you know. So it just, you know, you have that balance of, I mean, I know that Dakota Wesleyan team can play, but I know my team can play too. So.
Was there anything you specifically said to your team around halftime that really got them to come out and play the way they did? Because it seemed like coming out of the break, you just hit a different gear. Well,
like Alex said, this team we've been a second half team all season, and you know, my message to them in the locker room was, it was a great second quarter. We kind of got in our rhythm and we were doing the right things, and that we need to come out with a strong start in the third quarter, the way we have time and time again all season. Really, it's them. You know, I don't think I had any crazy words of wisdom today that were any different than what we've been doing all season. I mean, these guys, they're really tough in the third quarter, and they came out with that confidence that we could put together a run.
What sort of adjustments did you make after halftime to defend Strawbridge, who had a monster first half?
We did. We started fronting her in the second. We went to that late in the second quarter, and then stayed with it into the third quarter. Decided to front her. We'd spend most of the first part of the first half playing behind, and tried to bring some extra help. We switched a matchup. We switched Law onto you know, one of their forwards, and switched our other forward onto a guard so that she could help more in the post. So we brought some more backside help and fronted her in the second half, and I thought we did a good job wearing her out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Congrats.
Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
I just want to know the impact of Sewell and Babs on the front court and how that changed in the second half.
Sure. Molly was just freaking
Cutting everywhere.
Yeah, she was a stud. So, you know, I mean, Molly just, I mean, that's what she's brought us all year, is just that hustle. But I thought that there was a good transition. We put her on a different guard where she could help, you know, bring that more of that help defense, and she did a great job with that. And just her cuts off the ball, and our guards found her and our posts found her, and they did a good job. And then we really felt like Mallory could score against Strawbridge, and she did that, you know, tacked hard. So
Awesome. Thanks.